Hey there. This is a video about a inventory manager that I've been making for a while, and I thought I would make a new video explaining how to like start one up and set it up, kind of from scratch. But I'm probably just gonna go over a lot of the other stuff so I can cover the broad majority of it. So I'm just gonna go into where the editor that I wrote is located currently. I'll probably try to make it so you can just do a drop down and say add add this component to a game object, and then maybe add the required scripts to a child game object, so you don't actually have to sit here and look at all these files up here. So we're not going to look at the player data right now. We're going to go back to inventory. And the first thing you have to do is go into here, the bag window, and set up, well, you can set up your bag key if you like, but you have to set up the texture. It's like the one and only thing you have to do. All you have to do is just click this right here and select your texture, whatever you want. Mine's just this black button. And then you can select a label if you want it. And this is just the alignment for the label if you want it, like upper center, upper right, whatever. And I'll show it real quick. I'll dock this as well. There, is off to the side of it. Alright. So it's up in the upper center right now. This is just alignment. I didn't do any offsets for the label, but if anybody says they want some kind of offset, just tell me, and I could probably easily add that in there. You can change the font if the font that you select allows you to. Change the color. It's not a big deal. And you can add a border to the window. It doesn't really do much, as far as I can tell. It just kind of adds like a, I don't know, it seems like it just pulls some of the pixels in and adds this little weird indent inside. Other than that, you can select how big you want your inventory to be. It can be ginormous, doesn't matter. But if you look at it, it's going to be like really weird looking until you actually do this best fit. And there's your ginormous inventory window. I'm just going to do this something way smaller, something like this. And I kind of like this offsets anyways, but there's window offset, so you can offset it from the actual window if you have it locked. So that's offset from the left. So that's just literally touching the edge. And this is the offset from the top, but it's currently set to the middle right, so if you have it on the top, since offset set from the top is 0, I'm just going to go middle right again, because that's kind of where I like the bag to be. Other than that, there's the close button that you can customize as well. You can add textures and put an offset, button size, whatever. The close button's right here, and it works. I'm not going to use one though, so that's pretty much all you need for the bag. If you don't have a texture in the slot right here though, it'll cause like an error, I think. So that's because in the inventory code, it basically just checks and uses a default for the mouse equip handler, or I don't know, mouse texture handling. So when you pick an item up, it swaps the mouse for the texture that you pick up, basically. So moving on, we're going to the equipment window. It's basically where all your equipables are set. And again, you can do the equip open key. It could be whatever you like, doesn't matter. You don't really have to have a texture, but I would definitely recommend that. You can select the window location And if you can't see it in here, which is actually kind of off to the side, you can just I have it locked. There's actually, I guess I don't. Just like popping back up in this location. I think I have a boolean set to pop up when lock position. I took that option out. Anyways, stuff you can do in here is the same thing. You can add offset to the window location. So if you actually do lock it, you can offset. Oh, that's why it's offset 300. There you go. Yeah, it's opening up in locked position. So if I actually just lock the window, it would sit right there. And what you do in here is you select your icons you want to use. You basically select how many slots you want to use. I don't mean icons, sorry. Select what slots you want to use, and then you can select a texture by using this right here. Set all equip slots, and it basically just opens up this little tab for you. You can select a texture and set all of these quickly, which I'll maximize just to see. You can set all these slots, which is quite a few of them, since I have 10 or 11. And you just click this button and it automatically sets all of them to that texture. Other than that, you have to go in and name each one of these, because I don't know how to quickly set each one of them differently, so I kind of just require you to do that yourself. And other than that, you kind of just be tediously placing these wherever you like to do. This right here, this button basically switches these slot locations into windows themselves, and you can move them around like so until kind of get into positions you want, and then you have to relock the window and it saves that location. There's little helpers in here. You can set the actual positions in here if you want, the X and Y location, and you can set the size as well, so if you want like a bigger chess piece or something. There's also a couple of little helpers like align to left, middle, right, whatever, and then there's snaps. Minimize all those. This one's pretty cool too, because you can actually adjust your entire inventory or the equip slots by a certain direction, and it'll move all of those at once for you. So it just moved 5 over for me. So if you get it off a bit, like if you have your equip window where you like it, but your slots are off a little bit, you can adjust it pretty easily. Again, you can do the equip, you can do the close button, and which I'm not going to do. And then you can click right here, which will give you options for the equip slot labels if you want them. I have them up because I want to show you guys stuff is going in the correct location. Just like the other label, you can select the font color, size, and I did offsets for all of them. And then you can go into show individual offsets and actually tweak them all, because certain words are longer than others and maybe they just need to be moved individually. And that's how you get it nice and perfect like mine. I went and did that myself. After you finish your slot locations, you have to go in here, and I'm going to minimize these for a second. You basically just click this button right here, which says add all equip slot as selectable groups for items, and it basically just throws all these down here and gives you the options of these as group slots. You can add your own groups, it doesn't matter. You can have like an ultimate. I really want to add one though. So ultimate group was I just added, and I can sit there and add head, chest, back, feet, hands. So this ultimate group basically can handle your head, chest, back. So any item that's assigned this ultimate group item can be equipped in the head, chest, back, hands, feet, and ring 1. But I'm going to go ahead and delete that one because I don't want it. Yeah, you just go ahead and if you wanted to quickly add associations to just each slot, like head to head, ring to ring, etc., you can just click this button right here, this add all equipped slots to selectable groups, and then just click the add association for each group slot to equivalent group, and it just adds the head to head, chest to chest, back to back, and then you can go and tweak them accordingly. And up here, I didn't say anything about it, you can select your pickup key. If you want it to be mouse click, it's in there, whatever. And one other thing you need is a drop location. Otherwise, it'll probably cause some error because I don't have it set up to delete or anything. Yeah, this drop location can be like maybe parented to a character. That way, if it moves around with the character and it just doesn't drop in some ambient location, it'll drop in like front of the character, which basically just an empty game object or something will work. And generic options, I don't really have much in there. I just throw it in there just in case I think of anything as I go. Equip on pickup actually works right now, which it didn't before. And show tooltips for required slots is control tips. It's kind of a long thing here. It basically says, which I'm going to talk about in the player data, but I'm not going to do it right now. When you have something that requires a slot, and it's requiring like head, chest, back, hands, and feet or something, it's only going to show the tooltip for the chest if that's the main control spot. If you click this, it's, I don't know if it's completely working or not. I think it wasn't last time I checked. I don't know. I haven't worked on it much. But it should just basically give the same tooltip for each single one of them, each and every single one of them. I'm going to end the video now and start up on player data. So go ahead and watch that.